have another access.
So see on my countries.
So those are the gravity open-ended 5 kilometers down on the ground. Yeah. So that's the solar.
Okay, so that's how it is. Like, yeah, the building you're seeing is the McCoffin powerhouse. That is the powerhouse. This is the intake gate we are.
Can I ask you a question? Like, within this, the winning bidder is going to have to find whatever.
Yeah.
25,
Exactly.
whatever, right?
Yeah.
You'll probably have some left over, right?
Yeah, there'll be some left over.
What about release? All this talk about release. People release what they release. I'm just thinking.
No, because we don't want to do that because this project should be 40 megawatt and phase 1 is 20. So it would be a good thing to have extra land in case we want to scale up.
So this is not a temporary solution at this point. Release by definition is a 5 years interim containerized solar solution.
Right. But not only that, the advantage of release being at the airport substation is that we don't put any additional load on our high voltage line. I see. You see? Because right now we're already maxing the high voltage line. So if we put everything here, so it gives us an opportunity to distribute whatever comes from release on different transmission lines.
So there is land for that release thing. If and when it happens,
there's land. The only thing is that there are two. The Army was claiming it and the community was claiming it. Okay. So we need to find a resolution, and both are willing to do it. Okay. The question is, who do we deal with? So we're waiting and there are meetings going on. Our team met last week on that, and so
how much megawatt are you looking at that?
Well, it's between 15 20 megawatts.
Oh, single site.
Yeah.
Because the other advantage of release
They've asked for 25 hectares, so that's what we're negotiating for.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to use all of it, but it's adjacent to one of our substations.
So what you are suggesting here is, because you have land for 40 megawatts, respite to 20 megawatts, and at some point of time, either with private or somebody, there's a potential for doing 20 megawatts here more on a utility scale.
I would even like to see in the long run someone say we add the additional 20 and do the O&M. And we,
but you need right now it's just design and then hand it over to you guys. You'd rather outsource
we have an O&M for the first 2 years, I think, as part of the contract.
What are you saying, Anshul?
So two questions. One would be for the access for solar to come to this place, they will have to go through, I would assume, this side because the equipment would be heavy, they can't use the bridge. So is that something, is that the plan that they would be using?
It depends on what that bridge is. I think a rating of what load factor, 30-35 tons.
Okay.
And solar panels.
Sure, yeah. Okay. And then the second one was that in terms of expansion that you're talking about, for that to happen beyond 20, you will need to upgrade your transmission to Monrovia, right? Because right now you have 132.
The 132 is only the conductor. The transformers
substation is 66.
The substation transformers are all 66 kV.
Okay.
So we need to upgrade not only these transformers here, but the ones at the two receiving substations in Monrovia.
Okay.
So there are 3 substations that need to be upgraded to 132.
Yeah.
The great thing is they designed the transmission line at 66 132, so we don't have to mess around with the conductors.
It's the other way around. They first need prioritization of 3 substations, which CLSG cannot do. But I thought my understanding was that 20 megawatt solar, because the energy wise is not that big, can be absorbed by this, but definitely not central. So do you need that substation augmentation before commissioning in a year or 18 months?
No, we don't need it before.
Exactly.
But as we increase the capacity in CLSG, of course, we might need it.
And of course, when Mark will be extended.
The wonderful thing about the whole thing is that I will be able to, if Barcelona, for instance, I don't need to come from here. There's a CLSG substation that I can take from there directly.
But just finish pushing the solar because you have. Don't you think the task of which 20 megawatt land is for the private and all is something that is better to be done, because now you have the award, you can negotiate and award it in next 3 months. So from your side, you prioritize the survey, which part is for this 20 megawatt, which is rather than for the vendor to come and tell you.
Well, no, we have to work along with us.
Yeah.
Because we have to maximize the land space.
Exactly.
You can't just have them go smack in the
He
middle.
might come and say, I need this middle space because it's most convenient.
That's a good point. We need to watch.
What do you think about the floating solar PV here? I think that the variety of water level is not too big. So I think that floating solar could be a possible.
They're not impossible.
Oh, honestly.
Well, I mean, it depends. It depends on how low the water level goes, and whether they can stay. I don't know how much space between the lowest level. Yeah.
I think
That's something that we need to
meter,
meter.
so it's not big. I think do it. I will have a 10 or 50 meter.
Can you walk? Can you walk
An issue.
in the lowest when it's the driest? Can you walk here? You can walk.
But still deep, right? It's quite deep. I mean deep, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good assessment. But wherever in the dry season the land shrinks, there the floating solar is more important. Wherever you have a little bit more perennial kind of a reservoir, then floating
So we
solar
don't use the maximum space. Then you allow.
Yeah, exactly.
We know where it ends.
Yeah.
Okay, at the lowest inflow. So we measure from there and go in a bit, make some provision, and then we use that space.
We don't move it right here in front of the dam. The bit further to the tail of the reservoir.
So
I mean, it's
How
not,
many hectares is that? Like, for example, at the lowest water level, and leaving a little bit of set-offs from the side, right? Are we talking 20 hectares, 50 hectares?
a lot more because you're going upstream a bit of the river.
Even in the dry side, we are at the dry side, right?
Yeah, we are the driest now.
So in the dry, what's the surface area of the reservoir, the driest time of the year?
I don't know because we can still do a part of it upstream there.
you
A
can do
bit.
that a bit. Yeah.
But that's a feasibility study you can do.
Yeah.
But there's a limit of how much of reservoir you can use for solar PV, right?
Yeah,
right.
But there's some kind of freezing and kind of that. So maybe,
So how much do you think is usable raw?
if I'm
dry
not
season?
mistaken, it's about up to 20-25% of the total reservoir area can use for solar PV.
25% of the dry season value is what? 50, 100?
I don't know. I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know that.
I don't think we've done an assessment.
Okay.
Yeah.
This requires a good technical assessment.
For square kilometers.
This reservoir is quite big. Compared to the height of the dam, it's quite big.
Now floating is slightly more expensive than land-based solar, right?
Yes.
Yes, but it have a higher efficiency because the efficiency of the solar PV depends on the temperature. The higher temperature, the lower efficiency. You can put on the water, it's much cooler, and they have a higher efficiency.
And there's a water evaporation loss that's avoided, which is also significant.
Then they'll tell you the fish can't stay under the darkness. They need flashlights. All right, we go to the powerhouse. We can do it at the powerhouse, or we can do it here.
I think this is
Where do you guys
We'll
need the solar?
I think let's go to the end so we can see where the expansion of the powerhouse.
Okay, so the visitors joining us again today is the 23rd of March 2024. CEO Morning Hour Cotton is here leading the World Bank Half Power Dedication here at the McCoffey Hydro Power Plant, visiting various sites here. So he's in the lead, he's taking the team around in and out, thanks to the President of the Republic of Liberia, who started this initiative many years back, and he's been very, very supportive, thanks to the World Bank for their support. So the tour is on, the guided tour is on now. We are on the intake. We are at the intake gate is where we are. The tour is present and ongoing. So let me just leave in front of the Deputy Lands Mine Minister is also here, alongside with Mr. Barkos Rabba, who happens to be the Executive Director GSD there at the LEC, also forming part of the tour. Representative from the Lands Mine Ministry are also here. Amy Kankatler and Fali are also here, and officials of from the World Bank Half Power Delegation are also here making this guided tour. Liberian journalists are also forming part of the tour. So it's all happening. Gunner is also here, Dominic Gunner, William Thompson, another crew member of the high power dedication are also here. So let me quickly take this screen here to capture all of the happenings here. So amen towards this is how everything looked like. We're gonna have a kind of exclusive, I think exclusive interview and everything. So Philip K. Farley, this is communication manager. You see this also forming part of this delegation. So we're let's see. Moving Liberia's energy sector forward. Moving the sector forward. So from here, from the intake gate here, we're going to be visiting there where you see the powerhouse. We're going to take the camera to the powerhouse there.
That's the powerhouse. We're going to expand this because and the good thing is that here this intake is built in anticipation of the expansion of Mount Coffee. So we already have this intake area in here. So they would be adding the fence stop, going down, and then expanding the powerhouse. And so, at least some of this work, preparatory work, is already done. Bill? Yeah, Bill. That's good. Sorry, I'm taking over your job.
You're doing a great job. So as we mentioned, the good news was that Daughters actually took on that, innovation part of the actually helps us. The other thing we have to consider, of course, a couple of things we have to consider. Firstly, that we don't want to stop generation. In fact, we don't want to impact generation at all if we can help it. So how do we extend the tail race, right? We've got to probably extend it 30 or 40 meters to the right. How do we do that? We're going to have to put the G piles along here, and then we're going to have to excavate behind that so that we can continue using the tail race generating. The other thing is that because of the Unit 1 repair being delayed, which we discussed this morning, it could well be that we want to start work in the power station for the extension while we're still doing Unit 1 repairs now. Originally we wanted to finish Unit 1 repairs and then start the extension. It may now overlap. But I don't think that's too much of a problem either, because a lot of work can be done here without actually bringing this wall down. So you're still operating the power station isolated, it's clean, there's no debris, and we do the early construction works, foundations, etc. And then when we're ready, we then finally break this wall through. That's my thinking at the moment. But ultimately, it's the constructor who's going to be deciding that, the civil contractor. So for the extension, we're looking at 3 different contractors, right? Civil works, OEM for new turbines, and then hydraulic steelwork. Hydraulic steelwork, basically taking these 2 new penstocks from this intake here, once we've broken down the concrete plug that's in here at the moment. Those 2 penstocks will go down, they will bifurcate. It's a technically challenging thing, so we're going to put the design of that bifurcation on the hydraulic steelwork contractor. That's a speciality. So it means obviously the whole thing's got to be checked in terms of hydraulics, because you see as you extend the tail race to the right, if you align it with the power station, right, the penstock here, in the middle of this intake, that's the penstock's going down. This is the intake that we're talking about.
Spare parts, old stuff. Yeah, it's a mixture of this stuff. When did we this
So the Liberian management team carry out the LEC is doing all they can to try to promote enough money and support to improve Liberia's long-standing energy problems. Isn't easy, but these are efforts being exerted by the current Liberian management team to improve improve service delivery as well as building a solar plant farm that will augment that will augment the current capacity of the McCarthy Hydro Power Plant. So when the solar farm plant is constructed, it's going to help a whole lot. Also, the construction of a new dam that is to be built there in Hendon region, former district Beaumont's Lower Bond County. So lots happening on this library management team. They are searching for progress. They are doing all they can to solve Liberia's long-standing, energy problem, thanks to the World Bank for the 396 million that has been committed to the Liberian government through the LEC management that was secured by the Liberian management team for service delivered. So we are on a guided tour, assessment tour that has to do with a visit of the World Bank Half Power Delegation at the McCarthy Hydro Power Plant. Yesterday we were in Lower Bond County District number 7 there in Foreman District, where they went to the site where on upstream of the Simpor River, the SP2 project, where they saw where the new dam is going to be built. So it's all happening on